Welcome to Ezra's Chronicles, a space where faith, poetry, and wisdom are embraced. Today is Saturday, the 22nd of March, 2025, which means it's time for a poet in review. So without further ado, the life and poetry of Sylvia Plath. Tonight we step into the brilliant and tragic world of Sylvia Plath, poet, novelist, and one of the most compelling voices of the 20th century. Her poetry is a window into the depths of the mind, capturing beauty, pain, and the search for identity. Born in 1932 in Boston, Massachusetts, Plath was a prodigy from an early age. She published her first poem at 8 and won scholarships that led her to Smith College. But beneath the success a storm brewed, one of intense ambition, perfectionism, and deep emotional struggles. Plath. I can never read all the books I want. I can never be all the people I want and live all the lives I want. I can never train myself in all the skills I want. And why do I want? I want to live and feel all the shades, tones, and variations of mental and physical experience possible in life. Her yearning for experience, for artistic mastery, defined her poetry. But so did darkness. In 1953 she attempted suicide for the first time, an event that would later shape her writing in The Bell Jar, a novel mirroring her own descent into depression. A Fulbright scholarship took her to Cambridge, where she met fellow poet Ted Hughes. Their passionate yet turbulent marriage fueled some of her greatest work, but it was also marked by betrayal and inner turmoil. Plath. You do not do, you do not do any more black shoe in which I have lived like a foot for 30 years, poor and white, barely daring to breathe or I chew. Her later poetry included Ariel, unleashed a voice unfiltered and raw, raging against oppression, confronting death, embracing rebirth. These poems burn with intensity, crafted in the early morning hours before tending to her children. In the winter of 1963, overwhelmed by depression and isolation, Plath took her own life at the age of 30, but her words lived on, sparking a revolution in confessional poetry and inspiring generations of writers. Plath. Dying is an art, like everything else. I do it exceptionally well. Sylvia Plath's poetry remains a testament to the human condition. Brilliant, aching, unrelenting, she showed the world the power of a voice that refused to be silenced. I've selected 3 poems from Sylvia Plath. The first is Ariel, the second is Edge, and the third is Elm. Ariel. Stasis in darkness, then the substance blue, pour of torn distances. God's lioness, how one we grow. Pivot of heels and knees, the furrow, splits and passes sister to the brown arc of the neck I cannot catch. Nigger eye, berries cast dark hooks, black sweet blood mouthfuls, shadows, something else, hauls me through air, thighs, hair, flakes from my heels, white Godiva, iron peel, dead hands, dead stringencies, and now I foam to wheat, a glitter of seas, the child's cry melts in the wall, and I am the arrow, the dew that flies suicidal, at one with the drive into the red, I, the cauldron of morning. Edge. The woman is perfected, her dead body wears the smile of accomplishment, the illusion of a Greek necessity, flows in the scrolls of her toga, her bare feet seem to be saying, We have come so far, it is over. Each dead child coiled a white serpent, one at each little pitcher of milk, now empty. She has folded them back into her body as petals of a rose close when the garden stiffens and odors bleed from the sweet, deep throats of the night flower. The moon has nothing to be sad about. Staring from her hood of bone, she is used to this sort of thing. Her blacks crackle and drag. Elm. I know the bottom, she says. I know it with my great tap root. It is what you fear. I do not fear it. I have been there. Is it the sea you hear in me? Its dissatisfactions? Or the voice of nothing that was your madness? Love is a shadow. How you lie and cry after it. Listen, these are its hooves. It has gone off like a horse. All night I shall gallop thus, impetuously, till your head is a stone, your pillow a little turf, echoing, echoing. Or shall I bring you the sound of poisons? This is rain now, this big hush, and this is the fruit of it, tin, white, like arsenic. I have suffered the atrocity of sunsets, scorched to the root, my red filaments burn and stand a hand of wires. Now I break up in pieces that fly about like clubs. A wind of such violence will tolerate no bystanding. I must shriek. The moon also is merciless. She would drag me cruelly, being barren. Her radiance scathes me, or perhaps I have caught her. I let her go, I let her go, diminished and flat, as after radical surgery. How you bad dreams possess and endow me. I am inhabited by a cry, nightly and flaps out, looking with its hooks for something to love. I am terrified by this dark thing that sleeps in me. All day I feel its soft feathery turnings, its malignity. Clouds pass and disperse. Are those the faces of love, those pale irrevertibles? Is it for such I agitate my heart? I am incapable of more knowledge. What is this face, so murderous in its strangle of branches, its snaky as its hiss, it petrifies the will. These are the isolate, slow faults that kill, that kill, that kill. Once again, thank you for tuning in. This is Ezra Godson. Godspeed and farewell.